work to do.
Romney, on occasion, talks about his time as a church leader in the Boston area while he was making his way up the ladder at Bain Capital. Romney was a volunteer bishop, similar to a pastor, at the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Friends at this church say he worked up to 20 hours a week, doing everything from counseling members to balancing budgets.
And in that capacity, I had the chance to work with people who lost their jobs in some cases, or were facing other financial distress, losing their homes. And I found that those kinds of circumstances were not just about money or numbers. They were about lives and about emotions.
So why doesn't Romney talk more about his roles in the church?
Many here speak highly of Bishop Romney, but not all. Peggy, hi, John Hello. Hi. Peggy Hayes was one of Mitt's congregation and used to babysit his sons. She's never given a television interview before.
He looked like a typical young Mormon missionary, someone who just returned from serving a mission, so he was very clean cut and, you know, nice dark suits and white shirts and, you know, looked like a nice family guy.
When Peggy fell pregnant, she got a visit from Romney. Having a child out of wedlock is frowned upon by the church, and she says Bishop Romney told her to give up her baby for adoption.
I said, well, are you suggesting that I give up my child to the church? And he pretty much said, yeah, that's exactly what we're asking you to do, is to give up your child to the church. And he said somewhat casually, well, you know, you're facing some serious consequences, pretty much. And if you don't give up your child, then you would consider to be in violation of the doctrines of the church. And in effect, what that would mean is that you would be excommunicated. And excommunication is pretty much the most serious thing that can happen within the church. As I continued to resist, he came off more stern, more firm, you know, kind of digging his heels in, like, no, this is what the church wants. My son was a gift to me, and there was no way that the church was taking him.
Peggy went ahead and had her son, Dane. When he was a baby, he fell ill. Peggy called Mitt Romney from the hospital, asking him to come and bless the child.
He sent two people who I'd never seen before and didn't know who they were. And at this point, he's still my bishop. And I felt like I was really reaching out to Mitt because I was scared and I was worried. And I perhaps wanted the blessing as much for myself as I did for Dane. And that he said someone else was kind of hurtful. And I think that that was pretty much my last contact with the church.
Peggy's son survived and is now 27, living in Salt Lake City.
I'm so glad that I didn't listen to Mitt's advice. And if you could meet my son, we're so much alike. We're like two people that should never have been separated.
Mitt Romney denies he threatened Peggy with excommunication.
Not everyone in Bishop Romney's church was a fan, with some of the harshest criticism coming from Mormon women.
This is an issue from the winter of 1986.
Judy Dushku was the editor of a feminist Mormon magazine who says she first clashed with Romney when the publication couldn't be distributed at church.
His attitude is always, I know what's best. I'm the interpreter of Mormonism for all Mormons, and you have no right to comment on it. And if you do comment on it, you're wrong.
Dushku also recalls the story of a friend, a mother of four, who published a letter in the magazine saying her bishop pressured her not to have an abortion. This despite a blood clot that put her health and that of the babies at risk. The woman who wrote that article confirmed to CNN that bishop was Mitt Romney. The Romney campaign declined comment.